Salut, c'est Quentibus, on se retrouve sur le let's play de Genshin Impact. C'est la 43e partie et on continue l'aventure. Alors, aujourd'hui on va pouvoir continuer la quête principale. J'ai quelques succès avant. C'est quoi ça? Débloquer l'intégrité de la carte de Liyue. Ah oui, c'est vrai. Exact, et c'est tout. C'est tout. C'est déjà pas mal. Ah tiens, j'ai une mission là. Je vais la faire vite fait et en plus il y a une... Ouais, vas-y, je vais faire... Bah après c'est une zone que j'ai pas beaucoup explorée, donc évidemment qu'on va trouver plein de fées qui se baladent partout. Ah ouais, mais attends, la mission, ça se trouve va être là-haut. Elle est où la mission? Oh. Allez, vas-y, je vais faire la quête principale. Patienter jusqu'au jour suivant. Non, non, mais je vais accélérer le temps. Je vais accélérer le temps. Comment on fait? Je l'ai jamais fait. Enfin, je l'ai fait une fois, je me rappelle plus trop. Voilà, hop. Confirmé. Tac. Bon, ça doit être bon. Ah, parler à l'employé de la banque. Oh. Alors, l'employé de... Ah bah, j'étais pas très loin. J'aurais même pu y aller à pied. Vas-y, je vais y aller à pied. Il y a juste à suivre le chemin. Hein. C'est juste à côté. Bah, c'est... Ça, je vais faire la fée, là, en passant. C'est quoi la montagne qu'on voit là-bas? Ah, c'est l'île. La grande île. Oh là là, mais ça m'emmène où cette merde là encore? Oh non. Ah oui, ça va être là. Wow. Allez, pêche-toi là, parce que je vais me faire foudroyer la gueule. Et voilà. Je suis en train de ramasser les items alors que je suis gelé. Allez! Wonderful! Ouais, bah je suis en train de me faire poutrer la gueule, l'autre elle me dit wonderful. Ah oui, on était juste à côté en fait. Ah. On est là, d'accord. J'étais jamais venu par là, Yank. Dans ce sens-là. Port de Liyue. Oui, bah c'est bon. Me lâcher au bout d'un moment. Salut. Ouf. J'avais plus de stam. Alors, la banque, elle va être dans le centre-ville. Elle va être plus bas, par contre. Hein. Là, je suis dans la ville. Ah bah non. Ah bah non, ça va être là. Par contre, il va falloir que je monte les escaliers. Mais... Ah, ça me casse les couilles. En plus, à chaque fois, je me gourde de touche. C'est là-bas. C'est là-haut. Ah, parce que c'est un sacré labyrinthe, ce chantier-là. Mais bon, après, une fois que je vais connaître... je serai habitué. Là, au-dessus, il y a le... espèce de scène, là, ou je sais pas trop quoi, de spectacle, hein, je sais pas quoi. Il y a plein de missions, hein. Allez. Ah, Vlad. Elle est jolie, hein, cette banque. Pourquoi ils ont des masques? C'est leur tenue de travail. Bienvenue, Quentin, Quentibus. Ah bah, j'ai pas besoin de le... Je suis con. Je ne suis pas l'ami de...
Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at LPQuentibus Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this one. There are two style
Mais c'est que de la bouffe à chaque fois.
known as Lee style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner. The flagship restaurant of the Lee style is the Lily Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face with the Shinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the You don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
La grosse bouffe. Adieu à l'exouvia. Cherchez Tartaglia. Bah là, ça va être juste en bas là. Attends, je vais lui attirer un sur le coin de la trogne. Allez. Je crois que ça va s'activer.
Aha, you made it. As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Lily Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
C'est marrant le logo des montagnes avec le rocher au milieu.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Oula, par contre ça m'éclaire la gueule. Hein. Waouh.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed, it is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is...
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the...
Well, if you really think about it, we don't have any other choice.
Indeed, no amount of consideration can change this outcome. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Alright, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks. And get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
Oh, c'est joli. Parler à Zhongli devant la porte. Attends, elle est où la porte déjà? Non, ça elle est où la porte? Je vois pas de porte. Quoi? Allez, ah putain la vache, c'était camouflé hein. En tout cas c'est très joli chez lui hein. Il doit payer beaucoup en loyer hein. Et il reste là, figé.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon.
Ah bah, ils sont apparus derrière.
I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucous jade worthy of a deity.
Jade Noctilucous. Ok, où est-ce qu'on va trouver ça? On m'a donné de l'argent? Oh t'inquiète pas, je suis pété de thunes, alors pas de soucis, hein, je pourrais l'acheter ton truc. Hein. Faut aller à la boutique, aller acheter des jades Noctilucous. Acheter, ouais, donc faut pas les trouver dans la nature. Ah, on est dans le petit côté, genre la ville basse.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day.
Ah, je vais le mettre en autre.
It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows?
C'est peu cher.
Just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was it
Noctilune.
again?
Noctilucous jade.
Noctiluc.
Of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade Noctilucous jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such.
De toute façon, j'en avais dans
Go
mon
on, pick whichever one you like.
inventaire.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Fais trop confiance à quelqu'un qui faisait pareil.
Very good. It seems you have learned some tricks of the trade.
What do you think, Mr. Zhongli? How should we pick from these pieces of Noctilucous jade?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is
What?
currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot
Il a l'air
about big
d'être
savings.
pété de thunes.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
D'accord.
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to
Comprendo.
put it into practice.
Priceless, huh? Hyman's just said that we might never be able to use it again.
Faut que je prenne Amber ou
We're about to
Xiangling.
buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to... That would... Well, how about this? I can take a small sample of all 3.
Don't worry, I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thick? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Stingy? I've already been very generous. Any more?
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
Dadopa, je m'en rappelle pas.
Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the Dadaupa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the meaty tribe. It's real sturdy.
Vallée d'Adopa, je m'en souviens.
Let's pack those samples.
Vallée d'Adopa. À Mondstadt. Mondstadt, c'est là. Vallée d'Adopa. Je m'en rappelle pas. À Mondstadt. Mais ça n'existe pas, la vallée d'Adopa. Ah oui, bah ils indiquent directement. Mais alors attends. Ah, c'est là. Ah oui, vallée d'Adopa. Ah ouais, moi je cherchais pas du tout là. Bon, bah let's go.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the nation of wind.
Il est caché derrière un buisson?
A friend of mine from Mondstadt
Ou
would
c'est
always
peut-être
bring a few bottles of
c'est peut-être
locally
Noël qui a
brewed
mené.
dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastures
Ah ouais, d'accord.
is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Attends, j'ai une technique. J'avais jamais vu ce truc là. Ouais, j'étais jamais venu en fait ici.
It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line.
Putain. Voilà. Oh putain, eh oh, c'est bon. Et le sanglier qui veut s'y mettre. Attends. Oh bah je l'ai tué dans le chaudron. What? Il est sérieux lui?
Let it rain.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Putain mais voilà évidemment le seul moment où...
Cool it.
As a good night should.
Voilà. Attends, je vais prendre son loot quand même. Ah non, il en a même pas. Bon bah d'accord. Uch. C'est quoi ça? Il y a un item là dans le coin?
Someone
Je
needs
l'ai peut-être déjà pris.
There's still soup in here. These hilly churls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
Alors quand on montre la ligne, utilisez l'élément pyro. Sinon je vais prendre... Parce que là je vais mettre 15 ans. Oh, attends, je vais mettre la poupée dedans. Ah non putain. Ça va pas marcher. Oh non. Mais pourquoi ils sont là Ça suffit là. En plus le mec il est complètement énervé, je sais pas pourquoi. Mais ta gueule Paimon. Merde. Oh bah super. Oh non, c'est une blague. Je pense qu'il vaut mieux que je termine ça avant. Pourquoi ça marche pas? Putain, il y a un gros lard en plus, mais ça marche pas. Attends. What? Oh, j'étais bloqué. Oh, fais chier. Attends, le chaman, je veux le buter en premier. Merde, merde. C'est moi ou je suis trop petit pour qu'il puisse me buter? Oh, mais fais chier, il y en a toujours un pour me faire chier, là. Ah, putain, il est derrière. Putain. Allez, meurs, 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 meurs. C'est bon. Attendez, trouver Chitou. Chitou, Ali, où est? Ta gueule.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
Ah merde, je sais plus. Je sais plus. Au pif.
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucus jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is... Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liu...
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucus jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Eugene Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
I will do my best. You have my thanks.
Déposer le jade Noctiluc. On dit le jade? Je pensais qu'on disait la jade. Ah donc il faut que je retourne... ok. Ah enfin je monte tout en haut. Wow. Le petit bug. Je sais même pas si c'est le bon chemin. Non, c'est clairement pas par là, mais... Ah, je vais reprendre le raccourci de la dernière fois. C'était là en plus. Oh non! Oh, je me suis complètement craqué. Ah, fais chier. C'est pas grave, je vais passer par là. Sans utiliser le stam. D'ailleurs, je crois que j'avais trouvé un coffre ici. Je sais plus où. Ouais, là, je crois. Ouais, ici. T'es bien planqué, hein. Mine de rien, je suis quand même revenu à cet endroit-là. Hop là, c'était juste, hein, j'avais plus de stam, je sais pas si vous avez vu.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liyue Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. And also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow! Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted.
Ah, ça va être un... Ah, ça va être toujours la même chose, j'ai l'impression.
We require is also special.
Faut les acheter ou les trouver?
Flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant. And is especially suited
Faut aller chez le fleuriste, c'est ça? Donc on la voit vachement la montagne. Je sais pas si un jour on ira sur le pic tout en haut.
Time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Eh bah c'est reparti. Beaumont toujours, aller acheter des fleurs de soie. Ah non c'est... Ah c'est par là? Ah oui il est là le fleuriste. Ah, ok.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Ah oui. Hein? Des fleurs de soie. Ah mais c'est... Hein? Mais y a pas de fleuriste là? En bas. Ah c'est en dessous! Ah! Il y a des commerçants ici. Putain je savais pas. Je savais pas du tout.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden Housemaiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempt. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away.
Oh bah c'est bon.
Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are...
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird. But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any Mora on you?
You forgot to bring money again?
If I may interject.
Il en rate de thunes, je crois, j'ai l'impression.
That these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself.
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
D'accord. Putain, on aura fait plus de blabla que de gameplay là, dans cet épisode-là. Ça n'arrête pas de jacter. Alors, je suis désolé, on va devoir s'arrêter là. Parce que j'ai un truc de prévu. Et c'était pas prévu, justement. Enfin, du coup, c'était pas un truc de prévu. Enfin, bref. Mais je dois m'arrêter dans tous les cas. Du coup, bon, ça, on a fait 42 minutes. Du coup, on se dit à la prochaine. C'était Quentibus. Salut!